and Dynasty. So AEW and Dynasty was really good show tonight. So if you want to subscribe in this channel, so if you want to subscribe in this page right there at the top below. So I'll give it one membership if you want to subscribe to. This is right here. So I think it's a pretty good show tonight from AEW Dynasty. So here's the maybe a recap. So let's go live right here. So I got Silver Owl. I just said a pre-show was included a couple of matches. So the fourth was a trios bout. After with Nate Wayne and later was an Ashton Anthony taking on A.F. Fox, Dr. Martin and Doris Morn. After with kept Sibian and Mother Wayne. After with by Nate's side, Lyric Way was at the ringside for the top flight and A.F. Fox. After was all 6 of these men are accountable. Also flying in front of the top rope, so it took them no time to turn into a fast piece and high flying. I wasn't just was perfect and had a few areas. Wasn't that could have been impossible, but actually it was a great series to start the asses because actually it got a crowd hype. Into when Mommy Wayne pushed A.F. Fox off into the ropes to give Nick Wayne the chance to hit his furniture for the win. And the win later was and Ashton Anthony seemed to have some issues with Nick Wayne after his match. And the winner of this match is Nick Wayne. After when Mascasso came out for his open challenge to a very opposite response from the crowd. After he got some extra heat when he revealed he was wearing a W. Susie with a Ben Small's novel. After the light went out up for his big surprise opponent, he was a former Supreme member Anthony Bowens and Buddy Gunn. After was with him. After as he came out with new entrance music and new gear to it hip hop. After applied a pro wrestling took it after to his former tag team partner. After in it explaining haymaker to get to the win in about a minute. And this was the of a squash, but the crowd loved it. And the winner on this match, Anthony Bowens, won the match. After when A.F. Fox and Top Flight was to connect their deal to look more like a team. After when Doris Martin jumped to early when he was shoved into the ring steps. So after so he went over without making his content. After A.F. Fox was for a highlight of the trios bout. After he was flying all over to the place when Mascota trying to lead the crowd in it scent was pretty funny. After when Amy Bowens to connect pretty good with his furniture. Next match, we got Owen Hart tournament match. We got Kevin Knight goes one-on-one against Will Ospreay. Just a main card is open with the first Owen Cup match of the night. Also has where Ospreay took on AEW newest signing Kevin Knight. After they started with a simple lockup into a wrist lock, made Kevin Knight to connect and took Buddy Go down. After which made him smile. After as he got back to his feet. After when Ospreay began to build some margin after hitting a boot that sent his opponent out outside the ring. After they kept the piece quick, some little man missing a throat for a very long before so connect with something. After when Kevin Knight has been responsible in every adding since signing with AEW, this was no responsible with Ospreay is a kind of talent who brings the all up to his level. After but Kevin Knight didn't need much help to get there, and they had great chemistry right out of the gate. After this match, it compressed two things. It proved Kevin Knight could keep up with the best AEW has to bring awful, and it allowed Ospreay to advance to the semi-final round of the Owen Hart Cup. Also, this was a breakout performance that 28-year-old. After and he came close to winning the several times, but Hidden Blade put him down for the 3 count. And the winner on this match is Will Ospreay. After when Kevin Knight was replaced by Say White. Also who was injured when he fought Kevin Knight, and AJ needs to make this into a storyline of Cole yanking Kevin Knight did it on purpose so he can try to get revenge when he returns. After a crowd is buzzing for Ospreay music, he is one of the most over-top stars in of AEW. Kevin Knight's flying solo tackle was smooth. After when Ospreay didn't pop Kevin Knight up close enough to the ropes. It was before hitting a running boot, but both men made it look like nothing went wrong. After the away, Kevin Knight sold Ospreay. The slingshot kick was awesome. Kevin Knight encountered the Styles Clash into a DDT onto the ramp was an incredible spot. In next match against the Hart Syndicate, we take on the Lone Tree. After the AEW Tag Team Championship went on the line, after when Robert Lashley and Sandra Busman and faced the Wayward and the Bad Apple. After Brian came to tag in Big Bill right away, so the two powerhouse could square off to get things going. Also, missing to send Robert Lashley out of the ring. After so MVP was regrouped with his team, his lead to Sandra Busman and Robert Lashley taking control with some double team tic tacs. After the Bad Apple was put through the winner by the gold standard is the Almighty, but after Big Bear was able to play the difference maker. After this was a distant tag match that made the Big Bill and Brian Keith look like a bigger threat. Also has a drill did have before MCF appeared into the crowd. After it hit Bill with his diamond ring, and he went such a Busman and Lashley didn't look too happy to see him, but then they sent the focus on the bad apple. After minutes the Hart Sasuke scored to the win with an easy swimming simplex and a spell. And the winner of this match, Sahart Sasuke. After for the first time since they put up in WWE. Bobby Lashley is such a busman for light and quals instead of a little in a follow. Sergeant Busman stepped up and made to Big Bill look awesome. Under Taz pointed to get mad at MVP comes about height and was hideous. Next match they got Women's Own Heart Tournament. They got Mercedes Moné goes 1-on-1 against Sonya Hart. After when Sonya Hart was out, it was to take on Moné in the fourth round of the Women's Owen Hart Cup. After the Hart look is process with the COO has they got started. After this was a competitive match, by the way, but Sonya Hart finally hit more high impact moves during the fourth half. So the announcers kept her soloing background to display her. After Moné got her knees up to block a moonsault but couldn't get to the win. Sonya Hart hit a few important counts that allowed to her to keep the TBS champion on defense. Overall, most of this match looked good, and there were enough awkward moments in near misses to keep it from being as good as it could have been. After went to the crowd was heavy behind Sonya Hart, but Moné was able to pin her with a qual, compromising to arrive into the tournament. And the winner of this match, Mercedes Moné. After Moné explained Saget was a very argument. After the crowd got very close as the match started, after played loud during their entrance. After Moné got some heat from the crowd when she slipped onto the ropes trying to hit an arm drag. After Sonya Hart and Moné messed up in sunset flip, but recovered quickly. In the next match, we got Dave Riddles, we take on Riddle Superstar Cope and FTR. After the trio championship were up for grabs with Riddle, Huda, Impact, and Cody category to undefeat the belts against Dax Howard, Cass Riddle, and Adam Copeland. After Dax Howard carried Pat to begin the match, but after he made a clean break, the crowd was sensing at whether Huda has got started. After was the youngest Jake Wells tagging in Cope, and FTL kept him into the corner so they could dish out as much punishment as possible. Also did was a worried moment with Dax Howard. Somebody stole a tag from Copeland, but he suddenly took on all three duels until we ended up with all 6 men on each all in submission. After the fourth half of this bout, I also felt a little, but the second half picked up to the piece and some great assets in the storytelling. After Riddle Hood got to the win for his team. After a Busky knee to Dax Howard, so that Riddle made their way out and while waited on Superstar Cope until tried to recover. Also, after they posed together, Jax Howard hit Copeland with a power driver out of nowhere. Isaac and Dan grabbed two seals. He set up Cope with a also but he wanted Cass Widow to do. After it was revealed but didn't help, Jax Howard hit the offensive. Also despite Copeland with a power driver onto the seal and to finish him off with a winner of this match, so Jeff Bridles. After it's been cool to see Cope losing different styles of gear himself from his WWE character. After announcement beginners, it continues to be point about Brian Dennison and his never going to stop playing funny. After when Cass Willow has gotten it very good as a scoring dive. After the three-way submission spot was fun by Dax Howard in Cody category, trying to sauce right after it was hilarious because it turned into a slap fight. In next match, they got Tony Storm goes one-on-one against Megan Bang. Megan Bang was signed Tony Storm for the Women's World title in the next match, but she had Polly Ford by her side for support. Louisville also complains Tony Storm has he knows it does, making Bang lose her significant size in her power and tries to pass the champion around for a little while. Also, but the Titans one made a comeback and hit a hang crossbody for a 2 count. Bobby Ford tripped the champion and helped her friend regain the open hand. Also, Tony Storm around like she was 92 so of her strength. Also, this match was designed to make Megan Bank look like a serious threat to anyone in the women's top division. Andy and Tony Storm helped cover that gold by showing everything that happened to look like a pro. Also, Level carried Bobby Ford away, so she couldn't anymore, but that didn't stop Megan Bang from counting to just make most of the actions. I just a silence look almost instinctable new but inside. He was a collide from the Sabian put her away, having it to be a painting comparison and not a finisher that got strong, so it helped protect making Bang a bit, so it was the right call. In the winner of this match is Tony Storm. Megan Bang has some of the best instrument skill for the big matches in all of pro wrestling. Tony Storm had a beef walkie muscle before her entrance that was perfect. Was it a fully crowd see image came out and it evolved like a prize follow. Megan Bang taking out Louisville with Gun and Die was a fun moment. In next match got Carl Foxel goes one-on-one against Mark Briscoe. Also, Owen Hart Cup match took place at Dynasty when Carl Foxel and Mark Briscoe met for their fourth argument. Mark Briscoe was 2-1 over the Carl Foxel coming into this bout. After so was looking to get an easy advice. After he nailed the second with a stunning dive during his entrance, but Mark Briscoe could recover and took his young opponent down. After once Kyle Fawcett took a 12 again. After he began to second with power moves, after he hit a few power bombs at the ringside that also did a lot of damage, it took both men hitting a clothesline at the same time for Mark Briscoe to get a moment to recover. After when Mark Briscoe kicked out of some big spots to keep himself into the match, but Kyle Fawcett would kick out of some of his biggest moves. This was a hard-fought contest that saw both men put in some great work. Also hit his trademark and turnbuckle brainbuster to get to the win, and Emmett scored at 2-2 to feud, but more opponent he advised is the Owen Hart Cup. And the winner of this match is Carl Fawcett. Carl Fawcett was decked out in paint gear for his match. Argument Mark Briscoe losing in fans hated bonnets as he got onto Sitbokeh was funny. Carl Fawcett input powerbomb looked nasty. After set away, Carl Fawcett dropped Mark Briscoe onto the top rope when he hit a Summon Simplex with Bonnet. In next match, I got Chris Jericho goes one-on-one against Bandito. After set the ring of honor was on the line. After when Chris Jericho took Bandito, but that wasn't the only price up for grabs. And when Bandito also put his mask on the line, so he had more to lose than most dinosaurs. After when Chris Jericho hit a cold breaker right out of the gate, but the dinosaur kicked out at the last possible moment, the throwing tree still on him, and turned Bandito family as the crowd was while dishing out punishment. I just said a crowd got in quote when Bandito looked like he had set a match won, but the referee declared in a 2 count. The masked man hit Chris Jericho up and Summon Simplex until the crowd counted 8 to 60. I was did a good job making this feel like a competitive fight. I was surprised that Chris Jericho playing a few steps slower than Bandito at this stage of his long career. I was a few sloppy moments that lead to big mistakes in their bosses, but most of what we got in his match was good. After when Brian Keith was so up, and Gravity has arrived to fight him off, so the referee was distracted, and Chris Jericho was able to use his bat to hit Bandito, forcing the pan. After when Bandito's family told Aubrey it was about Chris Jericho losing to the bat, and that lead to the referee calling forcing the match to be restarted. After when Bandito normally hit Jericho with a boot to the face, followed by his finisher, forcing the pin into the ring. And the winner of this match, Bandito, is won the match. After when Bandito looks like he is in the best shape of his long career. After when Chris Jericho almost didn't catch Bandito when he hit a corkscrew and crossbody from the top rope. After when Bandito only to clip Chris Jericho up for what seemed like a couple of minutes. It was an impulsive sort of power. Andrew was a powerbomb. Chris Jericho hit from the apron look wanted for Bandito. Andrew when Chris Jericho hit a nice hanging from the top rope. In next match, Danny Garcia goes one-on-one against Adam Cole. Other days with no time limits and nobody else was allowed near the ring for the TNT title match between Adam Cole and Danny Garcia. I think they started off simple, but it quickly turned into a striking match between two men who felt like they had something to prove. Adam Cole began suddenly ankle injury and Garcia got right on him and started stubbing his bad leg to make it worse. After which there began many more moments from that point as Adam Cole struggled to speed recover. After the Sunset was able to start making a comeback and almost won with passes pin, but Garcia grabbed him in an ankle lock a moment later to put more puzzle on his injured leg. I was like these two have both has together in every match. I think they continued that to on Sunday both men came into this knowing they had some big competition on the card, so they were more a match instead of just focusing on a hot spots. After when Garcia attempt a power double from the middle rope, but Adam Cole made a count that set him up was a after he hit a 2 in a row and followed by running knee for the pin to become the new TNT champion. Adam Cole offered a handshake and Garcia took it and raising his hand with a look of undefeated on in his face. And the winner on this match is Adam Cole. And just a figure package for this match was one of the best of the night. I must say it was almost boring to see Garcia in white gear and red boots. Adam Cole did a good job making it look like he hurt his ankle the way he landed in reacted when it almost looked real. After a move, the breaker Cole hit onto the steel steps was wild. In the next match, we got Kenny Omega, which I got Ricochet, and Mike Bailey. After Mike Bailey and Ricochet signs Kenny Omega for the National Championship is the only territory bout onto the card. After when Ricochet rolled out to the ring to force Omega to speed up Mike Bailey to fight first. After he tried to sneak and when they locked up, but Mike Bailey later took his head off with a kick. After the first few minutes was a series of spots that only evolved to a 3 competitors at a time. I just thought they were taking turns and finding ways to replace one person with other. Andrew Megan and Bailey never a formal partnership, but they seemed to evolve hitting each over so they could hit Legacy whenever they had the sense. Andrew Legacy took a 12 and got opportunity for a moment to brag, but injured Mike Bailey kicked him into the face to put a stop to his mass promo. After the crowd responded with a hand pop. After all 3 men worked their butts off to make this a fun showcase of the styles, so the crowd was behind Mega and Speedball, a volleyball legacy at every turn, even after more than 4 hours of wrestling. The crowd was started at this level. So, I wasn't just was an outstanding way to give Mike Bailey his first big pay-per-view performance. He hit his own against 2 of the most responded high flyers into the game. So he probably earned a lot of new fans in this bout. After they packed a lot of credible asses into this match, but only one man was going to leave with the title around his waist. Also after an incredible match that pushed all 3 men to their limits, after Mega hit Legacy with a 1 ring insult for the win. And this was incredible from the start to finish. It would be hard for anyone into the clock world to follow them into the main event as Mega was celebrating Kazuchika came out to the ring. It looks like AEW is going to build it to a title versus title fight. And the winner on this match, Kenny Omega. Sasha Roberts said it's some love for Legacy for his entrance. After it was kind of funny and given his current gimmick. And to it, Mike Bailey interest was funny when he looked touched by some people since as the match began. After it, Mike Bailey and Mega taking a moment to slap Legacy both his head a few times was great. The crowd loved it. After the double pin spots were very close to Mike Bailey, missile and knee drop to both men was an awesome spot, but the one he went for the imprint and missed looked really painful. After it was little boy how Mega was such bossy Legacy almost went about singing at the ringside near to the end. After it, Mike Bailey squabbled using a kind kick against Legacy was the best thing, and we saw all night, and they did that spot. Probably it made it hideous. In the next match, got AEW. We got some Moxley goes one-on-one against Paul Strickland. After when Moxley puts the AEW World title on the line against Paul Strickland into the main event. After but the same Dennett came along, he had made Seville by his side, holding a big case, kind of what we assigned it to the title belt. After this match got started at 11:50 p.m. is the time. I just thought that the show was probably running longer than accepted by this point. After they started with a song grabbing onto the mat instead of the sling fast, so announcer was explaining. After it finally turned into a fight, when Strickland started hitting forearms into the corner, they began to turn it up, so turn a bit, but after this was a hardcore match, so they had to work with the compliance of the rules, but that didn't mean this match was flawless. Ajit deposit following the one best match of 2025 so far. After Moxley got Swerve Strickland were able to make their fight feel in quiet so it didn't fall short of what came before it. So after these two put each all to hill out, but it looked like Seville was going to run it until Personal got in her way. She took him out with a big case before Moxley got it hit her with a cuddle. After Moxley set up a ladder and they ended up fighting on the top of it until Vince was second put Moxley to the opponent's announce table with a double stomp. After the referee got taken out with a suit a few minutes later. After this lead to Adam Page coming out just in the ring. After he heats it up with a back shot, as the both men got up so all of their wheels stopped him before he could choose who to hit him and took out all three, and then it was a hit Danny I on Moxley the OPPS went down to fight off the dead wheels. Ajay wins for second set Moxley up for the 4-second stomp. Ajay and hit it first, but the lights went out. It was before he could make it to cover the lights came on. The hit was sticking with a BTE. So triggered the referee into the ring and made the count to declare Moxley said a winner. I think most of the message was good, but the Young Bucks getting involved into the finish for like too big of a swing. It makes no sense without spraying it left instead of tested the cross mouth. And the winner on this match, so Moxley won the match. After Vince was second gear was a use of a comic book counter static. After Vince's severe briefcase hit has essence straps on it to keep it closer. After severe says stabbing on Swerve's face as he walked by was complying. Andrew Wayne personality did a good job looking scared of Seville. Andrew said body spot was an allure to resolve. It's a final award. AEW in Dynasty was a faster pay-per-view for the anime as has become something AEW is known for these days. After all, some matches were better than ovals. Nothing on this card could be called bad, even the squads with Nas Costa and Andy Bowens on the episode had a value. Was it a tie on this show was number comes to AEW Logan Strong, making Bane and Kevin Knight turn it in a great performance against Tony Storm and Will Ospreay, but this was about that stood out above everything else. After the triple threat match for the announcement title with Mega and Mike Bailey and Legacy was a thing probably the money to pack, so it's about everything you could think of into their fight. I was about the most positive thing is that all three men came away looking strong. It was supposed only one being able to win. FTR joined Hill against Copeland was a probable but failed nothing to recover their characters but a bit in 2025. Intimate Potato means that always title was a feel good moment in amicable winning, setting the title and for like survive call. Also, but all eyes were on the main event. A lot of fans were hoping for second with funny, but it going to end to Mox's longest reign and bring the belt back to TV. But the Young Bucks spell that for them. So we will see how this gets explained as the coming days, but it's safe to say the ending to the pay-per-view is going to be a topic amongst the fans. So it's going to be a YouTube community poll minute. So give me 1 second. So give me 1 second here, guys. So it's going to be live YouTube community poll. So that 30% liked it, 30% is alright, and 100% didn't like it. So it's going to be an X poll on Twitter. So that 30% liked it, 30% is alright, and 100% didn't like it. So I'll be wrapping up right here. So thank you for watching. I will be back here tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw, and so much more. So have a great Sunday. Have a good night. I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw, and so much more. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.